Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter where you're watching this live stream from. My name's Michael Firth, one of the founding Field Advisory Board members with a company called Neumi. Now, if you don't know who Neumi is, that's totally okay. Maybe someone's shared this video with you. We have a common belief, which is you get to the head with a fact and the heart with a story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick video for you for all those people who've seen nothing to do with Neumi to understand our science, and then we'll come back with a few interviews to validate the amazing breakthrough we have in our hands. Now, in the meantime, do me a favor, type in wherever you're watching us from in the chat, and we'll have a look at that as we get the event underway.
The best delivery method for music? Remember when this was the best delivery method for supplements? Every industry evolves and improves with new breakthroughs in science and technology. Here at Neumi, we've used a proprietary technology to solve an issue that's been around since nutritional supplementation began: the problem of absorption. So many of today's supplements are less effective due to their inability to be absorbed naturally by the body. Using our own proprietary HydraStat nano delivery breakthrough, we reduce the particle size of critical nutrients smaller than ever before, allowing them to absorb in your mouth while swishing for 30 seconds or more. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant. It's responsible for boosting your energy, detoxifying cells, reducing inflammation, and boosting the immune system. If glutathione is so amazing, why have you never heard of it? Because glutathione is extremely fragile, and if taken orally, it will be destroyed via the digestive process, rendering it virtually useless to the body. Until now, NutraSwish applies nanotechnology to achieve maximum absorption. Now, glutathione and other nutrients can be absorbed simply and quickly by swishing in the mouth instead of being destroyed in the stomach. Using this same nanotechnology, we've created the ultimate skincare product, Neumi Skin. We've been able to achieve unparalleled absorption for key ingredients, including collagen, hyaluronic acid, and more. Some of the top skin experts in the world work together to create the ultimate blend of skin-enhancing nanonutrients, creating the most amazing before and after results. With our nano solution, you no longer have to wait months to experience the effects of skincare and supplementation. Our customers are noticing a difference within a matter of days. Don't wait to look, feel, and live your best life. A new you starts with Neumi.
Alrighty, so that gives you a really good understanding on this amazing breakthrough. What I love when I watch that video is, just to give you a bit of backstory, I remember helping find the investors for this amazing breakthrough about 6 years ago, and then we went live with Neumi, the company that you're hearing and seeing right now, only 2.5 years ago, yet we're now in about 67 countries. We have 150,000 members across the world and growing like no other company I've ever known in terms of growth in the glutathione world. Having said that, glutathione is just one molecule, one ingredient that we've decided to make way more effective due to our nanotechnology. So let me cover that real briefly. We've then expanded into other products you're going to hear about today from some of the people who are being interviewed. But let's just talk about the evolution of glutathione. Way back in the day when I got involved in the glutathione supplementation industry, people looked at what glutathione does. 400 functions in the body, known for boosting energy, boosting immune system, detoxing your cells, and reducing inflammation. All health leads back to glutathione. So we launched with glutathione. Now, way back when I got in the industry 16 years ago, there were things like precursors to glutathione, which were fantastic in their day. A lot of our medical advisory board, we have the most respected medical advisory board in the industry that are not paid. They literally serve because they believe in our products. And just like me, they've all been through the evolution. We started with, glutathione, then precursors, then intravenous glutathiones, then liposomal glutathione, and none of them, hear me clearly, none of them have had anywhere near the same results, even the brand new liposomals, I might say, because the molecule size of what you're looking at is dramatically different. So I'll just leave you with this one thought as we get into it. HydraStat, where we shrink the particle size of things down, trying to get a glutathione molecule into a cell is like trying to drive a bus through a keyhole. It's a physical impossibility unless you have HydraStat. So someone asked me the other day, how do you compare to this, this, and this? And we don't really compare to anything else because nobody can access where we can due to the molecule size of what we're doing with this amazing HydraStat breakthrough. So with that in mind, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, it says win a free bottle of the product. Well, type in pick me please if you want to during this event. And I just want to say, when we did a Neumi deep dive session 2 weeks ago before I got married, and went away for a couple of weeks, we said we'd draw a winner. And the winner of that is Margaret K. Wicks-Lynn. Margaret K. Wicks-Lynn, who's in Australia. Now, we've had Indonesians win. We've had somebody from Canada win. We've had somebody from, what was the other one the other day? New Zealand. We've had people from all sorts of countries. So this lady, I do believe, is an Australian. Oh, that's right. We also had Kenya the other day as well. So do me a favour, type in Pick Me Please if you want to go in the draw for next week. Margaret Kaling, reach out to me and we'll get a free bottle of product to you. But I also want to say, type in where you're watching us from, because in 65 or 67 countries around the world, I'll guarantee there are people watching us from everywhere. Now, before I start, I also want to say our products are literally nutritional supplements. Yes, there's a uniqueness in the delivery method, which makes them way more effective than other products and a lot cheaper as well. But our products are not designed in any way at all to treat, cure, prevent any disease or any medical condition, just so we're really clear. So as I said, we get to the head with a fact and a heart with a story. And so the first person I'd like to bring on and have a chat to is Camille. Now, Camille's from Arizona. She's 69 years of age, although I'm sure you agree she doesn't look it. And she's been involved in health and wellness now for about 23 years. So welcome, Camille.
Hi, thank you very much.
No, thanks for coming on board. Now, I understand something happened pretty significant in your life recently, well, a little while back, that caused you to investigate the molecule of glutathione before Neumi came into your life. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. January 5th of 2021, my husband passed away from a liver issue. And I hadn't heard of glutathione before. I'm in other healing modalities, but I hadn't heard of glutathione. So I was asked to listen to a call with Stephen K. Scott about glutathione, and I had no idea how it affects the liver and other organs. So I right away wanted to try it.
Absolutely. Now, I want to say, I said at the start of the call, our products don't treat, cure, prevent anything. We're talking about liver conditions there. But when you look into the research behind glutathione, there's 180,000 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed, the world scientific website. And it's mind-boggling what the body does when it has its optimal level of glutathione. So not our product, but the body doing what it does when its levels are optimal, right? So our products are not designed to treat, cure, or prevent anything. Having said that, what I want to know in your case, what's the first thing that you noticed when you started using our products?
When you're suffering grief, when you're going through, now you're not a couple anymore, and you're not really sure where you're going to be going in life, and grief really sets in, you really lose your way on exercising or embracing life. And when I started with the swish, I started feeling lighter. I started thinking more about getting out there and walking and actually starting to talk to people again. It really helped me with my energy level, which was very important to me.
Yeah, well, I remember when I went through grief with my parents, same thing. It transformed who I was as a person from a mood perspective and everything. So that's great that if boosting glutathione can have an impact on your mood. Now, having said all of that, I also know that you've been using this product, the HERS product. And this is another thing I said at the start with our video, guys. You know, we shrank the particles of glutathione and made them more accessible than ever before and more powerful. But we also then shrunk other things such as botanicals. And we have a double-blind placebo-controlled test on this product called HERS, which has a huge impact on women's health. So tell us what you've noticed when you're using that product.
I didn't think I wanted the product. I didn't think I needed the product, but I was asked to try it out because I went through menopause in my 30s, and I knew that I was way past that. But I started to take it and I started to use it, and I felt even lighter, much lighter, much more brain fog was lifting for me, and a lot more lightness, like I was wanting even more to embrace life again. And I really found that if I used it right before sleeping, then I could, within about 10 minutes, go to sleep. Because when you're going through grief, the one thing that happens all the time is you wake up halfway through the night and you can't get back to sleep again. Your mind starts wandering. Well, it really helped. The HERS has really lifted my spirits, and it gave me the fact of feeling like joy again. And that was everything to me.
That's awesome. Now I'm going to digress briefly because I think people will find this kind of humorous. When it comes to this product, it's not available in Australia, New Zealand yet. It's available in Mexico, USA, and Canada. However, I asked for an empty bottle and a full one arrived. And of course, just for marketing purposes, and my partner Liz started using it. Now I say this, I've just got married. Liz and I are very different people, and I've been in the glutathione world now and nutrition for 16 years. But the comment from this morning from Liz, I thought I needed to share with you. I even sent it on to our CEO. I said, when it comes to the product, Liz said to me this morning, hey, I'm premenstrual and I've been using hers now for a few days and I feel fantastic. But she said, you know how I feel about your Neumi witchcraft? because she says, if you've ever watched, because we have so much belief in these products of what they're seeing results around the world, she said, you know what it's like, your spark plug isn't working, spray it with some Neumi skin, it's fixed. The refrigerator's not working, that's okay, just spray it. There's some mold on the screen, just spray that, I'm just joking. But my point is the product is so good. I feel like that guy with Windex on the big fat Greek wedding. We do see great results. And as a result of that, even skeptical people are seeing great results. Now, with that in mind, you also said that you became quite sick with all the stress and everything. And the product health-wise has had some impact on that. Tell us about that.
Okay, so in January, which I didn't put 2 and 2 together, that's an anniversary. And what happens with grief, it's really not a stage, it's like a cycle. So in January, my immune system drops. If you're suffering any anxiety or grief and not sleeping again, the immune system drops. So I got a bug that I'm never sick, and it really shocked me. And I got a bug and it was really difficult to get rid of it. So I started swishing, but more often. Started swishing like every couple of hours, and I didn't have to go on an antibiotic or anything else. And it made a huge difference for me.
It's amazing having an optimal immune system, isn't it? And of course, if you look, guys, at glutathione, it's the number one thing that regulates and improves your immune system, which is great. We all need a good one of those. Now, I'm going to segue to another product, which is our Neumi Skin, where you spray. We shrink particles down where they absorb in the skin like no other product. And again, the results in before and afters are off the chart spectacular. And so you also have used this product. Tell us about your experience with that.
Okay, so first job, cosmetology. I'm a cosmetologist from my 17, 18 years old, and I've traveled with Shiseido Cosmetics with a skin machine in my 20s. So I know about cosmetics, and I know about good cosmetics and how to use them. So I started using the spray, and I'm going to be just like you were with the Swish. I spray that thing on, I spray the spray on everything. And I really noticed the skin is more, my moisturizer went farther. I really noticed that radiance was coming back on my skin, and I noticed that in my neck, especially, because you can always tell the woman's age from her neck. And I noticed that the fine lines were diminishing, and that was very exciting for me. So yes, I use the skin spray, and I do use it neck, hands. Yes, I do.
Beautiful. Use it everywhere. That is a great testimonial. Thank you for sharing. I will encourage everyone not to spray it on your spark plugs because it won't change anything. It's just a bit of humor from Liz. But the product is that amazing. You're going to see some spectacular results. Now, having said that, we're now going to go a different part of the world and speak to someone completely different. So next I'd like to interview Glenda Cunning. She's 76 years of age, and she's a body code practitioner based out of Nebraska. So welcome, Glenda.
Thanks for having me on, Michael.
Now, first up, just 20 seconds or less for those novices. I know you and I have discussed it and I understand it, but I'm sure some people are going, what is a body code practitioner?
I do a form of energy work called the body code, and it deals with balancing the body in different areas. Specifically, I concentrate on emotional and energetic. And when the body is balanced innately, it knows how to take care of itself. Often emotional issues disappear and the body just functions better.
Yeah, well, I've actually experienced that in my life. So I was once a skeptic, and I'm definitely not anymore. So now in your case, I understand, speaking of skeptical, you were quite skeptical about our products at first. Tell me about that.
Oh, I'm the total skeptic on everything. You have to prove it to me before I'll use it. So I started using the Neumi hers. And I wasn't very excited, but I was going to try it because I trusted the people that introduced me to it. And the first thing I noticed, I'm sleeping through the night. Now that may sound minor, but I often would get up at 1:30 in the morning and stay up till 5:30, 6:30, and then have to go to work. So that was huge. I've also, I just feel so much better. My energy is just through the roof. And for 76, I don't think that's too bad.
Absolutely. Now, again, we don't treat, cure, prevent any disease. We're not going to talk medical conditions. But from your perspective, you had some pretty huge benefits from a health perspective, and you had some challenges. Tell us about that.
I had some fairly significant metabolism issues for some time. And like I mentioned, my energy, but I'm not a morning person. And after being on the HERS, it was probably a month. I noticed that I was literally bouncing out of bed, which, trust me, that's not me. And the other thing that's so crazy is I wake up before the alarm goes off. That to me is beyond miraculous.
That is awesome. Now, in addition to that, what have I got written here? You told me you stopped taking the HERS, or you had a situation. Again, being a skeptic, guys, this is mammoth, because you stop using the product, and if you see a difference, that's huge. So tell us about that.
Well, I went to a convention for the body code training in Las Vegas a month or so ago. And, you know, liquids are hard to pack when you do a carry-on. So I just left it at home. And about the third day, I noticed I'm just draggy. I'm not sleeping at night. I had some other little things that showed up, you know, the typical aches and pains. And so I thought, that's not going to happen again. I will remember it next time. And to the point that I even brought it to my office. I have a bottle in my office. I have a bottle in my bathroom, and I have a bottle on the kitchen counter.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And I've got to admit, I have these here, and Liz goes, I hear you spray many times a day. So it's a little bit addictive once you see great results. Why wouldn't you? Now, I just want to say you won't become Benjamin Button. You'll get to the stage of pretty amazing skin, but it's not going to, you know, turn you back to when you were 20 years of age, unless you're 20 right now. Now, with that in mind, going to a different part of the world, I'd like to next interview Florence from Virginia. She's 65 years of age. She was in sales training for a big multinational company across the USA and Canada for about 30 years. So welcome, Florence.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you for coming on. I love sharing these stories every week. So I understand initially you said no to using our products. Tell me about that.
Yes, I was introduced to the product. I was also sent a video, and but I said no before I even listened to the video, because I've been working on my health and my husband's health for over 30 years, and I felt like we're on a pretty good regimen. We're doing good. We don't have any health ailments. And I just said, you know, I don't think so. And I said, you can send me the video, but I highly doubt it. And I watched the video. I had never taken glutathione. And the video with the science really convinced me, okay, I want this product.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those who don't know why we're talking about glutathione, I thought about this. This is the first ever product we had, which has glutathione plus cysteine, both of which are fragile molecules which won't get through the gut if you take it orally, but it will because of the particle size. And we also have vitamin C and curcumin proven to boost what glutathione does. So this is a formula. Our technology, HydraStat, we own, which is totally unique. No one else has anything remotely the same. And in addition to that, the formulas are patent pending as well. Now, you had great health already when you started taking the product, but you did notice something pretty straight away. What was that?
I did notice that I was sleeping better. I sleep pretty good, but still I have a lot going on, and my mind does like work constantly. So I did feel like I was sleeping better. But it was hard for me to really point to something because I don't have a lot of health ailments. But I also realized that things do work internally, and it's the things that we can't see. And just because I had already done a lot of research on glutathione, and you know, a lot of my friends said they took it intravenously, and I kind of researched that and found out that that isn't really even the best way to do it. And so, you know, again, I just couldn't point to anything for quite some time, but I did believe that it was doing something for me.
Well, on that note, there was one thing you said, and before you say it, I want to just point something out. Our product does not bring your eyesight back. Having said that, when the body has optimal levels of a natural antioxidant that it uses itself to do things in the body, you can sometimes see some pretty good improvements. Tell me one thing about your vision. You wanted to mention that today.
Right. Well, what happened is I have been on the product now for about a year. And I went to the eye doctor. I usually go every 2 years now. I used to go every year, but every year I go and my eyes would always be worse because your eyes really pretty much just adjust to your glasses and then they get worse. So I said, okay, I'm just going to go every 2 years. So every 2 years I would go, and every 2 years they would say, yep, your eyes are worse and your left eye is worse. You know, and I'd always get an updated prescription. And so it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went, and, you know, she kept having me read it over and over again. And finally she kind of got up close to me and she's like, your eyes haven't changed one bit in 2 years. And she said, you literally have 20/20 vision with your glasses on. And I mean, immediately I said to myself, it really has to be the glutathione because I have taken nothing else. Since I started on the glutathione, nothing has changed. I haven't added anything. And so personally, I mean, that's what I think, because my eyes progressively were getting worse. And especially, and she even mentioned with my left eye, she's like, wow, your left eye didn't even get any worse. So I was pretty pleased.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So guys, we're not suggesting our product brings eyesight back. We're not curing, treating, preventing anything. But when glutathione levels are optimal, you've seen a real life example there. Eyes did not deteriorate. So the body has all the nutrients that it uses for detoxifying, for boosting energy, boosting immune system, and reducing inflammation. That's what glutathione does. We can get it to places other people cannot, simply because of the molecule size of this amazing breakthrough. So today we've had 3 spectacular interviews with totally different perspectives on 3 different products. So it was initially glutathione, then it was the HERS product, and of course the spray, and there will be more products coming. Just so you know, the uniqueness for us isn't the ingredients. We're taking proven ingredients that are already proven. There's 180,000 studies on glutathione. We don't need to convince you about glutathione. We're saying we're the only way you can get glutathione into the bloodstream in 30 seconds, where it can access and do amazing things that perhaps a traditional method will not. And hence the amazing stories you have here today. So I'd encourage everybody, if you'd like to win a free bottle of product between this week and next week's interviews, type in "pick me please" in the chat wherever you're seeing this video, and we'll randomly pick another winner next week as we have some more spectacular interviews. And again, just to humor me as we play this back, I'd love to see, type in exactly where you are watching this interview from around the world. So once again, thank you so much for our beautiful ladies and the interviews today, and we'll see you on the next interview. All the best.